The story of New York City's sanitation workers begins in the 19th century. New York City at this time was densely populated and a thriving commercial center with many successful businesses. But it was also extremely filthy. In fact, New York City was considered one of the dirtiest cities in the world. The streets were full of gunk, which was a mix of horse pee and manure, because people still used horses to travel around then, and all of your kitchen waste and household trash. Imagine walking down the street with all this gunk and the smell. Ew. So, in 1881, the Department of Street Cleaning was formed to help clean up the city. But the department was corrupt and did a terrible job of cleaning.
Things began to improve when in 1895, Colonel George E. Waring, a Civil War soldier, became the department's new boss. He introduced many reforms, and within just a few months, New York City had beautiful, clean streets, something some people imagined to never be possible. He created strict schedules and plans and made each worker responsible for their work. He gave them all white uniforms and helmets to instill a sense of authority among the residents and to associate their work with cleanliness and public health. People were so happy with their work that they began to call them White Wings. Colonel Waring also introduced the first recycling program in New York City.
But this recycling looked very different from the recycling practices we follow now. Organic waste was collected to be boiled and compressed and transformed into grease and oil for lighting and other such purposes.
Dry garbage was dumped onto barges where rack pickers would sort and find any useful items they could sell and leave the rest to be thrown into the ocean. Yes, for a long time, a lot of our trash was dumped straight into the ocean.
In fact, many parts of New York City are built on land created by dumping trash into the ocean.
In 1934, dumping trash into the ocean was banned and made illegal.
So now all of New York City's trash was going to incinerators and landfills. Incinerators are waste disposal sites where dry garbage is collected and burned to get rid of it.
In this video, we see people preparing trash to be burnt at an incinerator. Often the incinerators were used to create electricity too. The lights on Williamsburg Bridge were powered by incinerators for many years. But burning trash created a lot of air pollution, and New York City closed down all its incinerators by the 1990s.
Landfills is a method of waste disposal where all kinds of trash is buried and covered in soil. At one point, New York City had 89 landfills.
Did you know the Fresh Kills landfill in Staten Island that opened in 1948 was one of the largest landfills in the world? All of New York City's trash was collected here for 53 years, till it closed in 2001. Now, New York City sends a lot of its waste to landfill sites in other states, simply because there is no land available in New York City to bury our garbage. And this brings us to another really important job that the Department of Sanitation does: recycling. The Department of Sanitation started the recycling program in New York City in 1986, first introducing to just a few neighborhoods, and then spreading it out to all the 5 boroughs by 1989. This is the kind of recycling we do now, where metal, plastic, paper, and glass waste were placed in special bins and collected to be recycled.
A few years later, in 1993, the department also started a project to transform all kitchen and organic waste into compost, further reducing the amount of waste going into landfills.
Compost is a great manure for farms, parks, and gardens. In 2001, Fresh Kills landfill closed permanently. There are many reasons why this happened, but mainly the Staten Island residents did not want to have a smelly and unsightly landfill in their neighborhood anymore. This is a photograph of the last barge filled with city's trash on its way to Freshkills for the last time. This landfill has now been transformed into a beautiful city park.
The Department of Sanitation is helping New York City become a zero waste city by 2030 by constantly improving their recycling methods, composting practices, and other ways to manage and eliminate all waste going into landfills. From cleaning the streets of the dirtiest city in the world to helping it become a zero waste city, the sanitation workers have seen many changes and improvements over their 140-year history.